Offshore, danger can strike at any time. Just a small mistake, a storm, a collision is enough to turn a $1 million ship into a pile of scrap metal in the middle of the ocean. Today, you will witness the most terrifying collisions and mistakes ever recorded on camera. Please like, subscribe to the channel, and comment number 1 if you dare to set sail with these ships. The first scene shows 2 multi-million-dollar super yachts suddenly colliding in calm waters, leaving everyone stunned in shock. 2 J-class yachts collided mid-race in the Antigua Regatta, their hulls screeching and sails snapping in the violent collision. In a moment of chaos, 3 ships collided violently. People were thrown, boats tilted, and the fishing trip turned into a terrible accident. Before the 3 people could react, the ship shot out like a bullet tearing through the water, colliding violently in the blink of an eye. A giant ship rocked in the stormy sea. Waves as high as a wall of water crashed in and swallowed the deck in an instant. On the muddy river, the brick-carrying ship lost its balance. Water flooded into the hold, and in just a few seconds, it sank in the strong current. $90 million superyacht go crashes into a pier in St. Martin. The giant steel body crushed the railing, the impact sound echoed amid the panicked screams of the crowd. The nearly 86-meter-long superyacht Extasia lost control while entering Simpson Bay. Strong winds and currents pushed it off course, and it crashed straight into the bridge control room, nearly crushing the operator who had just managed to escape. In the middle of the busy Strait of Malacca, 2 giant ships crashed into each other in thick fog. The sound of metal colliding echoed, and a sea of fire broke out in the middle of the world's busiest shipping route. The ship lost control and crashed straight into the dock. Metal crushed the small boat's hull next to the collision, sending the pilot flying into the water amid the chaos.
He's gonna hit this! He's coming again! He's coming in!
Everything seemed normal until the boat took off like a rocket. Screams rang out, water splashed high, the impact nearly turned the trip into a disaster. Look at the giant ship struggling in the wind and waves, each wave crashing loudly, the ship's hull tilting as if it was about to capsize. Was hit by big waves, until flying on the 20th of June 2025 Friday in Plawanganpuger. The Chinese ship Fuyu Leng 999 lost control while entering the dock, crashed straight into a civil bridge in Ecuador. The impact caused the bridge to shake violently. As the Judy was being pulled out of the shoal, it suddenly lost its course, crashed into the rocks and flipped over, in the midst of a raging whirlpool. Rough seas created large rolling waves and overcast. Cloudy skies signaled bad weather. Can they survive the fierce waves of the North Sea? Leave a comment below. The guy panicked when he saw the giant whale flip the boat right before his eyes. The water splashed white for a terrifying second in the middle of the ocean. The most violent storm on the Atlantic Ocean hit. The wind howled. The waves were as high as mountains. The ship rocked in the hurricane. Heavy rain and big waves are coming in the coming days, and for those who love adventure challenges, this is the moment not to be missed. The boat rocked violently as the giant propellers spun, creating a powerful whirlpool that seemed to swallow it whole. Russian cargo ship lost control and crashed straight into Gwangan Bridge in Busan. The collision was loud, the steel shattered, a shocking crash in the heart of the port city. Near Antarctica, a warship was hit by a giant tsunami. The ship's hull tilted in the white foam, a sight that stunned all who witnessed it. At maximum speed, the racing boat driver was thrown from the driver's seat, his body flying through the water. It was a life and death moment. Million-dollar yacht lost control and crashed straight into the SXM Club dock. The giant steel body crushed the railing. The collision caused chaos in the wharf. During the launching ceremony at Sander, the Kronborg ship suddenly slid off the rails, crashed heavily into the water, and screams rang out amid the chaos. The Matanuska ferry suddenly shook violently and then crashed into the dock. Passengers panicked. The sound of metal screeching echoed a terrifying moment in the cold Alaskan sea. The boat accelerated to full speed, rushing through the rapids, the engine roaring, the waves splashing white. Just 1 second of delay, and it would be swept upstream. The boat was parked close to the edge of the road, just back up a little bitus that there may be unexpected clashes. The 17th of January 2021, off the coast of Turkey, the ship was built in 1975. Tilted due to misaligned goods, a camera on deck captured the terrifying moment it was about to capsize in rough waves. Stromboli volcanothic smoke billowing into the sky, heat and ash spread far, and wide a smoldering but dangerous scene. The ship slowly drifted on the water, gradually lifting himself up as if flying. An unusual movement makes anyone who witnesses hold their breath. Amidst the stormy sea, illegal fishing vessels sinking in the big waves, the crew panicked and called for help. Sea Shepherd rushed into the raging waters to the rescue. The truck is not secured, sliding sideways on the ferry deck. Almost fell into the Seine. A split second made everyone panic. In the middle of the Red Sea, the ship gradually tilted, sink into the blue water, a cold trace of war. The truck was lifted off the deck, moved to a safe area on shore. All eyes followed in tension mixed with relief. From afar, the giant ship gradually approached the shore, placed smoke-covered shipwrecks and naked workers, dismantled each piece of steel. During a storm at the port of Barcelona, passenger ship Ro-Ro, excellent carrying the Italian flag, crashed into a loading crane. The fire blazed fiercely. Black smoke enveloped the port. Firefighters urgently evacuated the area. Houseboat lost control, rushed straight inbridge, loud crash. The wooden body was broken into pieces, and only debris remained floating in the water. The car was speeding in the middle of the ocean, creating big wave-small boats capsized in the blink of an eye. July 9, 2023 ferry MF Skeneva crushed straight in Lysefjord cliffs. The sound of metal crushing resounded. Passengers panicked everything just because the captain fell asleep at the wheel. While loading, barge suddenly broke apart. Water flooded into the compartment. The sailors panicked as the ship tilted and was about to sink. Rowing team rushed forward at high speed, near miss just a few centimeters apart. One more missed beat could be disastrous. The driver sped out of control. Alcohol turns the steering wheel into a hazard. The car shot forward like an arrow amid sirens and panic. Giant crane suddenly collapsed at the wharf. Steel cracked with a screech. Dust and sparks flew. Everyone who witnessed the scene gasped in fear. MSC Opera Giant lost control in the middle of the Venice Canal, rushed straight into the Marinade. The sound of whistles and the clash of steel echoed across the water. The ship lost complete control while maneuvering. No one had time to drop anchor or slow down. The giant ship continued to rush forward, bringing disaster with it. The Ark of Israel stopped right at the Palestinian maritime boundary. Fierce waves, as if the ocean itself closed the path. Fujian fishing boat bag Japanese warships pursued and rammed. The ship's hull shook violently. Screams echoed across the disputed sea. The captain fell asleep during his shift. The ship drifted aimlessly in the night, just a moment of sleep, almost a disaster. Sand mining barge lost control in midstream, crashed straight into the bridge pillar. Loud crash water and sand rose up like an explosion in the middle of the river. Cruise ship lost control, rushed straight in pier in Turkey. The ship's hull shook violently. Passengers panicked amid the terrible crash. Cargo ship loses control in the middle of the Bosphorus Strait, straight into the rocks. The sound of the collision echoed throughout Istanbul, a scene that stunned everyone who witnessed it. Close-up of the tugboat launching process, the hull slid down into the water, creating a huge waves and metallic sounds echoed across the harbor. It was built by prefabricating giant tunnels on land. then dropping them into the water and joining them perfectly at the bottom of the harbor, creating a structure that is both safe and sustainable and is considered an engineering wonder of Hong Kong. Driving through the Cross Harbor offers a surreal feeling of being under the harbor, while also reshaping Hong Kong's traffic, connecting central areas more quickly and conveniently. After a journey through Cross Harbor, head to the Detroit-Windsor Tunnel, a special connection between the United States and Canada. The Detroit-Windsor Tunnel, opened in 1930, was the first international underwater vehicle tunnel, connecting the United States with Canada and ushering in a historic turning point in cross-border traffic. Lying 23 meters below the Detroit River, the Detroit-Windsor Tunnel is nearly 1 mile long, directly connecting Detroit, USA, with Windsor, Canada, becoming a strategic passage between the two countries. Building this tunnel was a huge challenge as it had to pass through layers of clay and rock under the busy waterway. But engineers cleverly placed and sealed giant steel pipes underwater, creating a safe and durable tunnel for vehicles. With 12,000 vehicles per day, the Detroit-Windsor Tunnel is both a busy traffic route and a symbol of US-Canada friendship, offering the unique experience of crossing the border under the river in just minutes. After crossing historic Detroit-Windsor, explore the incredible Ice Royer Tunnel with its underwater rotation. This is a unique and daring construction located in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, connecting the two islands of Strio and Ioi. Nearly 7 miles long and more than 600 feet below the Atlantic Ocean, the Ice Royer Tunnel features a giant underwater rotation, a strange destination that has become a popular tourist attraction. At the center of the wheel, a jellyfish sculpture glowing with brilliant LED lights makes the journey feel like stepping into the future. To create this surreal experience, engineers conquered the hard volcanic rock under the Atlantic Ocean, transforming the Ice Royer Tunnel into a marvel of engineering and art. The Ice Royer Tunnel shortens travel time from more than an hour to just 15 minutes, giving people the unique experience of driving under whales swimming above, making the Faroe Islands not only a place of convenient transportation, but also an unforgettable underwater journey. From the magical underwater Ferris wheel of Ice Royer, the journey continues to the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel, New York's legendary transportation icon. Inaugurated in 1950, it became New York's largest underwater walkway right in the heart of the bustling city. Stretching nearly 2 miles and 100 feet below the East River, the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel is known as one of the longest continuous underwater vehicle routes in North America. Engineers dug and sealed huge sections of the tunnel to keep water out, but the biggest challenge came in 2012 when Hurricane Sandy flooded the tunnel with more than 86 million gallons of seawater. More than 50,000 vehicles pass through here every day, making Brooklyn Battery the lifeblood of New York and giving the feeling of gliding on a secret highway right under the city. Leaving bustling New York, let's go to China to explore the Yangtze River Tunnel, a modern wonder crossing the longest river in Asia. The Yangtze River Tunnel connects Taikang and Jiman under the majestic Yangtze River, becoming a bold symbol of modern Chinese transportation. At 24 miles long and 60 meters below the surface, the Yangtze River Tunnel is not only the longest underwater tunnel in China, but also surpasses all previous constructions in scale and boldness. Thousands of workers and giant building-sized digging machines conquered the hard rock and mud deep under the riverbed, creating a massive, safe, and sustainable engineering project called the Yangtze River Tunnel. With high-speed trains reaching 218 miles per hour, the Yangtze River Tunnel shortens the Shanghai-Nanning journey by 2 hours, while applying environmentally friendly technology to protect the river, becoming a symbol of speed, modernity, and sustainable development. Leaving the majestic Yangtze, we entered the Seikan Tunnel, which contains surprising underground stories. Japan's Seikan Tunnel connects the two islands of Honshu and Hokkaido, holding the title of the longest underwater tunnel in the world, becoming a magnificent symbol of modern engineering. With a length of 57 kilometers and a depth of 240 meters below sea level, surpassing the height of the Washington Monument, the Seikan Tunnel is worthy of being called a great miracle of mankind. After 17 years of construction at a cost of $7 billion the Seikan Tunnel overcame countless challenges to allow high-speed trains to run at more than 130 kilometers per hour, shortening the journey and becoming a symbol of Japanese engineering. Passing Japan's majestic Seikan, we come to the Channel Tunnel, a construction connecting Europe and the undersea world. Considered a secret gateway under the sea, the English Channel Tunnel connects Folkestone, UK, with Calais, France, becoming a magical symbol of European connection. Stretching 50 kilometers, the Channel Tunnel is Europe's longest underwater tunnel and has been hailed as one of the 7 wonders of modern times, taking over 6 years to build with 13,000 workers, costing $21 billion, and challenging the task of digging through chalk 40 meters below the seabed. With train speeds of 160 kilometers per hour, the Channel Tunnel takes passengers from England to France in just 35 minutes, while also transporting cars, trucks, and goods, becoming a lifeline for European trade. Leaving behind the majestic English Channel, we continue to dive deep into China to meet the Taihu Tunnel, a masterpiece lying under the vast lake waters. Inaugurated in 2021, the Taihu Tunnel, located under a giant freshwater lake near Shanghai, is 6 kilometers long and more than 20 meters deep, considered the longest underwater highway tunnel in China. At a cost of nearly $1.5 billion, the Taihu Tunnel was built using advanced technology, meticulously joining giant concrete blocks under the lake to overcome harsh challenges. offering a unique journey under the giant freshwater lake. The Taihu Tunnel not only shortens the distance between Shanghai and Nanjing, but also impresses with its brilliant LED lighting system, which is both safe and futuristic. And now, the journey brings us to the final stop, the Lærdal Tunnel in Norway, the world's longest mountain pass. Inaugurated in 2000, Norway's Lærdal Tunnel, connecting Lærdal and Årland, is considered the world's longest and most impressive trans-mountain transport masterpiece. (24.2 kilometers long and plunging 1,370 meters underground), the Lærdal Tunnel takes drivers on a magical journey through seemingly endless solid rock. After 5 years of arduous construction, engineers conquered the hard granite layer to create a giant tunnel through the mountain called Lærdal. Driving through Lærdal is a 20-minute journey into another world beneath the mountain. And more than just a transport route, it has become a creative symbol of human engineering and design. From wonders under the sea to great structures under the mountains, each tunnel is a testament to human intelligence and desire to conquer. The journey of discovery has ended, but the world out there still has countless wonders waiting. If you find this journey interesting, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share your feelings in the comments section to continue exploring other extraordinary things with me. The Thames Tunnel, the world's first underwater structure, who was bold enough to build it, in London, completed in 1843 by the genius Marquis Ambard Brunel, was the first waterway and the epitome of engineering daring. (360 meters long, connecting Rotherhithe to the River Thames), the original Thames Tunnel was for pedestrians and cost just 1 penny, and featured a revolutionary tunnel shield that could penetrate soft ground without flooding. The world's first banquet hall, shopping mall, and underwater fair was here, and Londoners still walk through that history every day. From the daring Thames Tunnel, our journey continues to the Trans-Bay Tunnel, a modern icon associated with the vibrant life of San Francisco Bay. The Trans-Bay Tunnel is an engineering masterpiece of the Bay Area Rapid Transit BART system, opened in 1974 and still carries millions of passengers each year. Nearly 3 kilometers long, located at a depth of about 41 meters under the San Francisco Bay, this project offers a safe, dry, and unique journey as the train glides through a sturdy, reinforced concrete tunnel under one of the most iconic bays in the United States. The Trans-Bay Tunnel is made up of 57 giant tubes, fabricated on land, floated, precisely positioned, and then sunk to the bottom of the bay, a feat that requires absolute precision. After modern upgrades with superior earthquake resistance, the Transbay Tunnel offers a smooth, fast, and safe journey, becoming an interesting hidden passageway alongside the iconic Bay Bridge of the Bay Area.